Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing another versus video. This one's going to be for Alicia from Fear the Walking Dead versus Maggie from The Walking Dead. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and another versus video for this week. This one we're going to be going over Alicia from Fear the Walking Dead versus Maggie from The Walking Dead. So, this versus video is strictly Walking Dead universe this week. You guys voted for this one. Definitely want to go ahead and do this one. I found this one pretty interesting as well, too. I had a suggestion for it, and it won the vote for this week, which is Alicia from Fear versus Maggie from Walking Dead. Now, we're talking about, I would argue, two of the better fighters from each show. They're very, very, strong characters, and obviously each one, I would say, has had some, pretty, insane moments where they've been in big fights. So now it's time to kind of, tally this up and see who we got here. So I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty tough one, and I had to think for a while for this one before I kind of came up with this decision, but this is going over both of them at their peak, I would say, at their strongest time. Who would win? So that's what we're going to go into. So starting things off with stealth. Now, stealth-wise, oh man, these two are really good. I mean, both of them, they're really good. You've got Maggie, who, of course, if you haven't seen 1103, she is really stealthy, and she is very sneaky, and she is very quiet when she needs to be in order to get where she needs to go. And stealth-wise, I mean, she's very, 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 very quick on her feet. Now, on the opposite side, Alicia as well, too, is very, very fast. We've seen her. She's, very easy at, hiding, kind of sneaking up on you and taking you down. There really is, in my opinion, no one better than the other with this one. I gotta be honest. This one's pretty evenly matched. But if I had to pick one, if I had no choice but to pick one, I think I'm going to go with Maggie on this one, because Maggie, I mean, we've seen her stealth-wise in 1116, going up against Leah. She was very quiet. We also have to remember in 1103, she literally left a bottle on the door so that when the Reapers would open up the door, you would hear it and stuff like that. Like Maggie, and I think that's what it is that Maggie is more strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like Alicia is very stealthy, but Maggie has more just, ideas on the spot, I kind of noticed. So that's what I would say about that. Next one is travel speed. Travel speed, I'm going to be honest on this one. I think Alicia takes the cake. Alicia's fast. She is really fast. I mean, you guys remember when Morgan was captured by Grace and you didn't know where the frig Alicia was, and she came in randomly and took Grace down, She's very quick, and I think that's a very important thing. Maggie's more stealthy, but I think Alicia's a lot more fast in terms of travel speed. Now, strength-wise, Maggie is really a tough one because she fought Leah, right, who was a Reaper, you know what I'm saying, and Reapers are really strong, so that's really tough. Although Maggie lost that fight, but she was hanging on. I think the question with this one is that would Alicia be able to hang on versus Leah? Would Alicia be able to, I'm talking season 5 Alicia, like 5A Alicia, when she was just killing walkers like they were nothing. Would she be able to take the fight with Leah? I feel like both of them would get their asses handed to them, but I feel like Alicia might be able to hold on a bit longer. I feel like Alicia might have a bit more force, to be fully honest. I just feel like she would. I feel like she would hold out a little bit longer if she's in that right, mindset, And she's also very crafty. So I'm going to say for this one, in terms of, strength, I think Alicia's a little bit stronger than Maggie. I think we've seen Alicia do a little bit more in terms of, fights and taking people down. We've seen her go up against a lot of people like Ed and, a lot of, big threats, you know what I'm saying? And I think overall, I think she's a little bit stronger, especially in the later seasons, once you see, what she turns into and stuff like that. But it's close though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really, really close. It's not far apart at all. These two are very evenly matched. The next one is endurance. Now, endurance wise, I'm gonna say, to be honest with you, I think that Maggie is pretty damn straightforward, and she can really I'd say handle a lot. And Alicia, you give Alicia a certain topic like in 4A when she was like a villain per se, and then you bring up her mother, or you bring up, something like that, and that'll kind of get her, down, I'd say, versus Maggie, where, if anything, you'll bring up Glenn, and I think she'll come at you even more, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to go with Maggie on endurance. I think Maggie's just a little bit more, you could make her snap a lot easier. Let's put it that way. Her emotions are so built up in her, which obviously makes sense. You know, she's lost a lot of family. So has Alicia, but I'd say Maggie has lost a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? At least Alicia still has a mother, you know? But Maggie has, like, just, you know, her son. That's pretty much it, really. So I would say that, yeah, I think Maggie, in terms of endurance, yeah, definitely. Now, combat-wise, oh, man. I mean, this one's really tough, man, because, you know, Maggie, again, is very strategic, but Alicia is very strong when she needs to be. Although, combat-wise, we've seen Maggie do some really crafty stuff and some really, like, I don't know how the hell she's going to get out of it, and somehow she does stuff. I mean, really. Alicia is very experienced, but I've seen Maggie do more. I have to admit. I've seen Maggie do a little bit more when it comes to that stuff. So, combat-wise, I'm going to go Maggie, I would say. I just think there's a little bit more there. Yeah, definitely. Now, the next one is speed. Now, speed-wise, I'm going to say this one goes to Alicia. Alicia is very fast. She's very, very quick on her feet. You know, again, like I mentioned before, she's a very quick thinker. You know, she got everybody down in the bunker in 312 of Fear. You know, she's very quick on that type of stuff. And she kind of doesn't really hesitate if she needs to. You know what I'm saying? So speed-wise, I would say Alicia for sure. You know, and I just think there's just more there, you know. Next one is experience. Experience-wise, I'm going to say Maggie, because she did fight a Marine. She did also fight, you know, people that, you know, she's gone up against a lot over the years, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's gone up a lot of, you know, against a lot of really crazy people. She even went up against, you know, the Marshal, you know what I'm saying, in Dead City and stuff like that. She went up against Negan, and I can't lie, she held her own for a good while. And Negan, I would argue, is a really good fighter. So, I would say experience. I think Maggie has experienced a little bit more. No offense to Alicia, but a lot of the people that she fights are kind of dum-dums, because it's Fear the Walking Dead, so, which is no offense to her, just there's a lot of dum-dums on Fear the Walking Dead, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like, yeah, no, I don't know. Now, the last two, we've got skills. Now, skill-wise, I'm going to say Maggie. I think she's just a little bit more, you know, intelligent when it comes to some of that stuff. I think she just comes up with more, you know, creative, you know, ideas, and stuff like that. And finally, intelligence. I'm sorry to say, Alicia, but this one's not even close. It's not even close. Maggie is very smart. You know what I'm saying? Alicia, when she wants to be, is very smart as well. But we also have to remember that in Season 7, her brain was nowhere. I mean, it's like someone stepped on it or something, because she was not mentally there, you know what I'm saying? Even in 5B, I mean, she's painting trees, for God's sake, you know what I'm saying? Like, when Alicia's smart, yes, she's smart. But when she's not, she is just plain dumb. I mean, no offense to her. I really like Alicia, but she is dumb when she wants to be. Maggie, on the other hand, the only time I can say the word dumb with Maggie, right, is like when she lets her rage consume her in 9A, but that's not dumb. That's just rage taking over, you know? So I think Maggie, in terms of intelligence, she's never done anything like, you know, put a bone hand on her prosthetic hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I can't say Maggie has ever done something like that, nor would she, you know? So, yeah. So, in other words, I think Maggie's a bit better. I do think Maggie would take this one. I don't think it'd be easy, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Alicia would be Maggie's worst nightmare. I really do think so. But I just think narrowly with the intelligence in particular, no offense to Fear, that's Fear's problem, you know, because they just don't know how to write their characters. But I have to base it off of the way that the character is written. And unfortunately with that one, I think Maggie does take the cake, which is awesome because Maggie's one of my favorites as well, too. Maggie's awesome. Maggie definitely is a character I prefer over Alicia. But, you know, I'd say overall, I think, you know, they're both very tough fighters. You know, I think Maggie would take over, but that's definitely not saying much. So let me know in the comment section below, who do you think would win this versus video? Let me know. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos of The Walking Dead. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys very soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.